If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? I don't quite know how to say how I feel. Those three words I said too much. They're not enough. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? Forget what we're told before we get too old. Show me a garden that's bursting into life. Let's waste time chasing cars around our heads. I need you.
Back to the old tire model.
10. Looks like Sean Dickinson. No, let it go. Oh, Saunders back into the pack. Six sponsors. Donovan's in it. Sean English is in it. Oh my God, are you? Caution! No way. Or he's gonna dive bomb him. Here he goes. He's gonna try a bump. All the way to his bumper. Can he shove him? Can't do it. Dylan Ord is gonna win it here in Iowa. Bump and run! Oh, he's done this before!
Bump and run, the 61 to the inside. Can he make it work? He's got it.
Inside of the 0-2. He's sliding! Oh, Burrows is around! Oh, the wrecking right in front of him. That's Mogren.
Jones is a great run on the high side.
Drive off the corner and
They're gonna be side by side. This is gonna be a photo finish 3 wide off the wire. And that's the stripe. It's gonna be Ruggles! Oh my God, what a finish! iSCAR is in. We're up and away. Green flag.
61, Dominic Howell.
Oh, he gets hooked! Oh my God! Hard into the wall! Huge track on the start-finish line. Who comes out on top?
Dallas Myhan wins.
Dallas Myhan wins it! What? Make quick work of that number 9 of Eric Andrews. Andrews washes up the racetrack. Oh, what's going on? Oh, no! Oh, they're gonna be wrecking. That's the big one. Oh my God, Connor's involved. They're still wrecking. Welcome everybody here tonight for the Richmond 125 iSCAR Peter Kennedy Design Series run here at Richmond Richmond Raceway, Richmond, Virginia. My name is Ezeckiel Reyes. Gabe Allen not joined along in for the both. He's going to be racing here tonight. But we do have a lot of drivers lined up here for this one. A total of 40 drivers at Richmond, so it's bound to be a fairly hectic race from start to finish because, of course, a lot of drivers out on the racetrack does not combine. This does not function properly. It don't go well. These two don't go together. It's gonna be madness race. So slide yourself to the side before we start going over info. Rise out, remove your hats as we salute our nation's colors. Alright, and we're back here live for the Richmond 125. Currently under qualifying conditions as of right now. Top 10, top 20 in the board is going to be shown on the left-hand side of your screen. But as of right now, everybody's just rolling around the racetrack, of course. Not the first time we've been here, but the first time in the Xfinity. No. Last time we've been here was Alec Daffin in number 88 returned to victory lane in the at Richmond. So we're gonna go over track facts as we see people logged around the racetrack. Track configuration, blank, only one configuration around the racetrack. 3/4 of a mile in the length. Track turns 4-1 in each corner. Elevation running around 200 above sea level. Track temp 78 degrees. Laps total is 2 because we're under qualifying conditions. Weather right now 73 degrees. Humidity at 1%. Wind going 4 miles per hour. No, make that 5 miles per hour south. As of right now. Race analysis is going to be shown on the right hand side of your screen. The looks of it, it's 125 miles. I mean, not 125 miles. 125 laps. 93 miles in length. Pit window should be every 50 to 60 laps, and fuel, I mean, yeah, fuel window is every 50 to 60, and pit road speed is 40 miles per hour. As a work around the racetrack, obviously, there's lots of drivers here. Look through the board, find your favorite driver. 33 is blank because he didn't join the session. Hopefully he can soon, but still just tab it in and out and see if he could join in. But yeah, a lot of drivers qualifying right now. Logan Clampitt in number 44 logs himself to the top of the board. Daniel Falkingham in second place. Should be fun to see those two duke it out. Been a while since those two met on the racetrack. Falkingham already has a win in the season as well as Clampitt. So Hunter Johnson as well up. Obviously, short track racing, one groove racetrack, but if you do get side by side with somebody, you'll be stuck with them for most of the time around the racetrack. So people got to make passes as fast as they can. And oh my goodness, Dominic Howe is in a proximity car. Are you kidding me? Jeez. Lots of people shuffling around teams, especially during the mid-race season. So it should be fun to see on how these drivers situate themselves here for tonight. Not going to be running the new tire mold because, of course, this is being the Xfinity machine. that is a good thing that we're not running tonight's the new tire model for this one, because if we did, people would be dying. So, front row, Logan Clampitt, Daniel Falkingham going to round out row number 1. Row number 2, Hunter Johnson and Cody Webster in the number 45. Row number 3, Aaron Mulroney Jr., Harry Grindle going to round out row number 3. Row 4, Alex K. Graves, Jonathan Hernandez. Row number 5 going to be Ryan Kendrick, Cole Woody. Rest of the order is going to be shown on our screen. Find your favorite driver and hope he wins it tonight. My pick for tonight's race is going to be that number 44 of Logan Clampitt, or if it's not going to be Clampitt, I would expect Falkingham or Hunter to be up there at the end as well. Got 40 drivers, or 41, logging them entering on the racetrack right now, so lots of drivers here for tonight. Got a lot of newcomers, a lot of returning people. One of them being Gabe Allen. He's returning out on the racetrack. Who else? There's one more driver. Sean Cool, but Matthew McDonald. Eddie Key's making his first start here tonight. Andrew Ramos of the 05 out on the racetrack as well. Paul Granada. Lots of rookies. Grayson Trexler, Jim Courtney on the racetrack. The 4, there he is, Eli Schomer. Schomer making his return here tonight. Nearly one of the contenders at the end of the Xfinity Series. That number 4 looking to get it done here tonight. Should be fun on how he runs out for this one. But out front, Logan Clampitt and that number 44 will take the green flag for this 125 lapper. Race announcement is going to be shown on the right hand side of your screen. Again, pit window running every 50 to 60 laps, so yeah. Every 50 to 60 laps will be the fuel window. So we head right out. And that number 44, Logan Clampitt. Your pole winner here for tonight. Clampitt, obviously a veteran in this series. Should be fun to see on how the 44 will duke it out with the number 39 of up-and-coming driver Daniel Falkingham. I wouldn't be surprised if he races for RTP coming next season, but if he does, expect Falkingham to be up there in the mix. Lots and lots of drivers. Lots of drivers. So. You're going to see that leaderboard shuffle a lot, especially during the beginning portions of this tonight's stage. So, the beginning portions of this race. So, otherwise than that, my name is Ezeckiel Reyes. I'm now just joining us here for tonight. Getting ourselves set up for this green flag. Number 44 of Logan Clampitt will take the field to the restart zone. We'll be set off for 125 laps. What am I saying? I don't even know what I'm saying. Pace car slides itself on the pit road. 44 Logan Clampitt. Fields in hands. That Toyota Camry. Supra. Green. Oh, and Grendel. Oh my gosh. Fat 4X there. Now we're ready handing out X's. And not even crossing the wire, and Grindle washed up the racetrack. A bit of 3-wide action right behind us. People are just lurking around the racetrack. Ada Saunders gets bumped to the apron. Look at all these drivers just stopping to the low side to get out of harm's way. Meanwhile, up front, side-by-side racing. Here comes the 32 of Hunter Johnson. He wants to make himself to the low side, make something happen with that machine, but Falkingham going to drive it into the corner. He's going to make it stick up on the high side. Meanwhile, off in the distance, got a couple cars on the outside wall. Harry Grindle in the 002 did not get a good restart. He's fallen back multiple positions around where Derek M. Smith and looks like this Ryan Kendrick in the 65 also roaming around as well. The 017, Alex K. Greats trying to pinch off the corner. He gets a Nice, good run off. More cars hitting the wall off of turn number 2. Kenton clears. K Greats for that position. And up front, Logan Clampitt's aiming to pull away. Up, sideways goes K Greats and saves it. What a move by Greats to keep it straight. As might have had a bit of contact with the 77 of Keaton Jones, but Greats is pinching very hard, and now it's paying the price. And, oh, got a car in the wall right behind. Oh, multiple cars in the wall. As I think that was Woody in the 26 that got in the wall. They're scrambling all over the place. I'd expect a pile up here in a moment. Look at Miller shoving it 3 wide. Oh gosh, we're planning to wreck. And all the way up on the high banks, that's be the 30 of Dominic Howe, who's trying to make some action as well. Kiloa Hankins right up against the wall. He's in the wall, and there's got to be contact. Around goes the 9. Oh, more wrecking in the back. That'd be William Schmidt, who piles in. And we're under caution, as nobody knows what they're doing for this first beginning portion of the stage. Got a lot of cars who hit the wall. And unfortunately, William Schmidt, that number 79, is not looking pretty right now. We'll see what happened to him, but there were 3 wide, right up off the corner. You see the contact. Nick Miller goes around, and Schmidt gets bumped, and into the inside wall it goes. Whole front end's torn off that machine, unfortunately. See the 9 of Miller. He was stuck in a 3 wide situation. They were forcing. I don't know what Miller was doing. He was forcing it 3 wide. We're still working on lap 7. And Kiloa gets in the wall. Heater has to... Heater just looks like... flinch reaction. He just cocked it to the low side to prevent from running into Kiloa. He didn't mean to run into Miller, but obviously... big miscue of what Heater thought. Yeah, under the first caution here tonight. People in and off of pit road. This be the... everybody from 17th on back elected to come in. So Kendrick's gonna leave the people on new tires. Also elected to go on new tires is Falkingham in the number 39. Double it up for the restart. Stack him up 2 by 2. It'd be Hunter Johnson gonna be leading this portion to the go. It's the first time he's gonna be up front. A lot of people electing to stay out on the racetrack. Logan Clampitt, your leader, did elect to come onto pit road, so he's gonna be sought all the way in 20th place. It's gonna take a while for Clampitt to work himself through the field. Should be a good one on how everybody on new tires tends to work themselves through. Here we go for the restart. Webster has a bit of rear end damage after the 002s. Don't know what he's doing. What in the world? Green. Grindle. It's the second time he's had some kind of trouble on the restart. Right off, that's William Schmidt getting himself back into the racetrack. That is going to be a huge problem if all these drivers come up on him in a hurry. But he marks himself to the apron, gets out of harm's way, and William nearly got into whoever that was, or 4 wide on the front straightaway as Aiden Saunders gets stuck in the middle. Clampitt wants to make himself through. That's Kendrick who's going to fly it into 1. Clampitt comes down on the 39. Lots of racing going on to the rear of the field. One car gets all the way through the apron, and we'll have a caution yet again as Matthew McDonald in number 5 gets turned around on the back straightaway. Oh, straight lost it. Overcorrected, slammed right back into the field, into the safer barrier. And McDonald's day, unfortunately, our car looked loose on entry. Might be a bit of foreshadowing on how this will turn out for these back markers, but an ill-handling race car by McDonald couldn't be held on longer, and around went that 5, and the whole front end of that machine is torn off, unfortunately. That will give the wave round to the number 79 of William Schmidt. So caution out for the second time tonight. Johnson looked like he's clutching and coasting it. Might be saving fuel because this fuel run is smaller than what we usually run on a normal tank. I think it's a 9-gallon tank, so. Nine gallons on the tank is obviously these problems. Pit road's open. See some drivers coming back onto pit road. Maybe might have gotten a bit of right side damage. The set's tight, so I'm not expecting anybody to spin. But as you saw there, the 5 of Matthew McDonald spun on entry. Started all the way in the last place, but it's unfortunate he got caught up in his own mess. Thank you for whoever subscribed. Appreciative. It's motivated to work the channel up, but working on now lap 16 at a 125. We'll see if we hit the one to go at the wire. No, we do not. They're not doubling up. So top 5 going to be Hunter Johnson, Keaton Jones, that's Kate Grates, Cole Woody, Eli Schomer, Charlie Byer, our Daytona winner now, making a return here tonight. Cody Webster. I think Webster, no, he did not. This whole top 10, top 11, still on the same tires as they started the race, so the one who's getting the benefit off of that is going to be Logan Clampitt in not Logan Clampitt, Hunter Johnson in the 32, because more caution laps that's being ran for this beginning portion of the stage. More real estate he has to lead for lead laps, leading most laps, and now he's led 11, so winner gets $10 for this one, so everybody has to work the right strategies after this. Pit exits close. As McDonald just let the field by. But here we go. Setting ourselves up for this green flag. This time by pace car going to slide itself on pit road. Gets $10. Not what I was supposed to do, but here we go. Pace car is in. And green.
Green flag.
We're up and away. You don't see really hectic restarts at the start of the, especially at a track like Richmond, but you can fan it out 3 into 1. Oh, stuck in the middle. Oh man, a bit of contact as Grindle doors the 39 up the racetrack. 44 Clampitt's worked himself into the top 10. A lot of scrambling toward the rear end of the field. Kendrick to the low side of Liam Sheen, who wants to pinch right off the corner. Sheen's not going to go anywhere. A bit of contact there, as now to the low side was Grindle, and washing up the racetrack is Sheen. Sheen's just getting booted out of everybody. Around he goes, and Sheen gets turned as well as the Derek M. Smith, and we're piling up.
Flag is out.
And a caution is out, and look at all these drivers just running up on the on this incident. Oh boy. I don't know if that was that start around where Sheen was, but we'll take a replay of what happened. Looks like, oh. Lots of things went in at once. The whole field just about accordion on in. Sheen was obviously getting washed up the racetrack. You see Mulrooney get into, I think that's Aiden right in front of him. And everybody, unfortunately, slamming in as a result. Logan Clampitt gonna call it a day, unfortunately. So, he's seen enough, so he's booted out of the sessions. Back under caution again. There's a lot of people running into each other. Already incident trouble for Liam Sheen, already stacked up to a 12X, unfortunately. Sheen's not looking nice as of right now. So this being the third caution of the night. We've only ran, I think, 10 caution laps by the looks of it. Yep. I mean, 10 green flag laps. But that one took out a lot of drivers toward the rear of the field. Caution's playing into the favor of all the drivers who stayed out. People on newer, fresher tires. Going to be, looks of it, Ryan Kendrick, who pitted 17 laps ago. But that was when the first caution roamed around, and that had a solid green flag run, as well as the number 39 of Daniel Falkian, who's sitting P11. But those people going to be sitting in the same lane for this restart. Everybody from 20th on back came onto pit road. Matthew McDowell in number 5 gets the wave around. And here we go. 1 to go. Hunter Johnson just tinkering around with fuel and stuff, trying to save as much start to finish, but keeping that number 32 clean up front. We'll see how he dukes it out here for tonight. Number 32 Johnson starting on inside as Keaton Jones going to go ahead and pull up and try to make something happen. Green flag is out. Hunter is up and away. And he's clear.
Green
77
flag.
Keaton Jones are going to be side by side right behind. That'll be Alex K. Greats. Keaton Jones trying to make something happen as they under one. Whoa! Up the racetrack. That Saunders gets himself into the wall. Got loose on the center of the corner. Corrected up the trap. Look at this fight here as K. Greats is up on the high side. He works himself into second place. Keaton Jones falls back even more spots. Woody trying to make something happen as he shoves himself to the low side. Tight racing here for second place as K. Greats is yet again pinching very, very hard. I wouldn't be surprised if these two make contact. Trouble right behind! And that'd be the 11 of Eric Heater self-spinning. Don't know if he had some contact made, but the only person to spin around was Heater. Nobody ran into him, though. Nobody ran into him, though. Not ho. What the heck am I saying? So another caution coming out. Looked like a bit of miscommunication. I don't know what Grindle's doing. He's blocking whoever the two. That's Mulrooney to the low side. Grindle, I don't know. Way lower than you need to be. We're past 100 to go. I'm sorry, I'm screwing around with my shifter. Top 5 set for Hunter is all scrambled, just a slight. These people have yet to pit though. They can only stretch it to so much, around, I guess, halfway. So by the looks of it, I think what Hunter's going to do, he's going to stretch the field to 62. And hopefully he could pit around the time if a caution does come out around there, which it most likely will. .33, Justin Johnson, out on the racing surface. His name's not going to show up on the ticker because he joined in late, but he is displayed 30 laps down, unfortunately. He just returns on the pit road. I don't know what he's doing, but 1 lap to go. K. Greats trying to make something happen on that high side. iSCAR's in. Green.
Green flag, green
Here they
flag.
go, and all the way to the low side is shown. We're trying to take second away from K Greats as they enter 1. Greats gonna shove it in. Stick it off the corner and Shomer to second. As Greats gets in the wall, try to push it off of exit. Unfortunately, that's gonna cost him some spots. He's still, look at how hard he's pinching, and Woody goes sideways. My goodness, Greats is probably the most aggressive pincher I've seen, and look at all this contact. Oh my gosh, a 3 wide as Byer gets booted up the racetrack. So side by side is where Kendrick and Woody are floating around. Top 5 pull away as, oh, Kendrick gets loose on the bottom. We're gonna pile up off the corners. Uh-oh, here we go. Connor's in it, Cole's in it, Byers in it, still piling in Schwallenberg. Some more cars in the back. That's Schmidt. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Kendrick tapped the apron just a slight, and it broke the car sideways. And unfortunately, Woody just wrong place, wrong time. You see, Kendrick hit the apron right there. Mulrooney gets in it, and you see the pileup right behind. Derek M. Smith looking around, and the Schmidt just flies around as he is Byer as well. And another caution. Eliminated a lot of drivers. As in, like, a lot. That'd be the first big crash of the night. Actually, the second, because there was one off of 4. I forgot about. Double foul again. Hunter has stayed out ever since the drop of the green, and he's led most of the laps so far. Falkingham, on newer set of tires, is now sitting in the top 5 as well as Webster. So here we go. Center herself for this green flag.
Green flag, green flag.
Great, sends it into 3. He's gonna clear Jones right up off the corner. Good move by that number of 017 and work himself into second place. Lots of contact. Oh my goodness. That's Falkingham. I think Webster bumped Keaton into Falkingham. Falkingham washed up the racetrack. Look right behind. A lot of contact being made as, oh my goodness. 02. Eric Grindle is all over the place. Oh, and into the wall he goes, and that will probably end his day. And he washes down the racetrack. Oh my gosh, Kenny just netcoding through. Grindle's day gets towed out. Not surprised. He was all over the place. Right off of 4. He was netcoding through a lot. He netcoded through that person. He netcoded through that person. And after that, he's going to netcode through that person. He netcoded through like several people. Must have had some kind of internet problem. He netcoded through the 30 as well. I've never seen anything like that. Caution for now the 6th time. Not a lot to talk about, except for the people who are on like newer tires or not newer tires. Webster is now up there. Falkingham fell back a couple positions after getting washed up the racetrack. Falkingham's been hit by multiple people, but yet the dude still has a solid 0x. Using up those fenders right now. One to go. I'm glad caution laps don't take years around here. So multiple drivers, one down, Schwallenberg, Hernandez, Kenny, Menchu, and Kendrick, all going one down. So as we set up for this restart, a lot of drivers came onto pit road, but they're all roaming around the mid portion of the field. If we do catch another caution, it's not going to matter for them. Pace car is in. Green, green, green.
Green flag, green flag.
Great's going to send it into one as usual. Needs to keep it up on the high side to get a bite off the corner. But can't do it. Gets really loose right off of 2. Work down the back straightaway. Falkingham works himself to the inside and washing up the racetrack. That's Jones. And, oh, he got a bit tight off of 4. Webster to the low side. Look at all the blocking going on right behind. I think that's sort of Trexler is roaming around in the top 10. Huge battle here for 3rd place as Falkingham wants to make some noise. One car into the outside wall. That's, I think, Saunders. The 8 keeps it straight as he nearly comes down on that number 28 machine of Ryan Kwan, but still up front, Hunter Johnson is dipping. He is checked out into another zip code. Most of the field is now single file as Falkingham drives it to the inside. Webster just going to let him by, but gets a run off the corner, not going to take it anywhere. Mulrooney wants to make some noise as well. He works himself to the inside, can't make anything happen. Looking like a bumper. One car way up the racetrack. That's Heater, as they were 3 wide, roaming around where that area was. And that's Trexler, who moves himself up a couple positions. Falkingham's coming. To the inside goes Greats. He's going to shove himself to the low. But that's Mulrooney. Doesn't get anywhere doing it. Keaton wants to make something happen on the low. Can't. And that's Schomer right behind, trailing as well. Oh, Greats in the wall. He's going to spin it. And around he goes.
Yellow flag is out.
Jones gets involved. More people piling in. That's Dominic, Trexler, Sylvia, the 1 of Poindexter. Gosh, I don't know what Greats is doing. Hit the wall right off the corner and corrects it back in. The 4 of Schomer nowhere to go. And you see more drivers. That's Saunders piling in. His day is probably done for. Another caution. It was looking fine. And after that, the Greats. Barrel it into the wall in 4. Hunter Johnson going to elect to go onto pit road. And he's going to come out 10th. I might pick up a more, definitely going to pick up more positions by the looks of it, because So Trexler is missing a whole front end, but he's going to be running in second place. I need to turn off my Steam to prevent all these pop-ups from showing up. Apologies about that, but Trexler is running in second without a front end. I've seen people run away without front ends. It's just the way this iRacing damage model works. One to go. And Falkingham gonna elect the outside, which is viable. Drivers who don't have any incidents as of right now. Falkingham is one of them. Hunter Johnson's another. He's gonna be starting 5th with new tires as well. Quan's another as well. Dane Cruz is another. Here we go, setting ourselves up for this green flag. The 39 of Falkingham electing the outside for the restart.
Green flag, green
Green
flag.
it up. Big jam up. What are they doing back there? The 046. I don't know what that was about. Hunter wants to go. He has to go. Still a lot of contact. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Around this bird. Oh, big wreck.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Caution comes out. That's Webster. Wow, I have no idea what happened there. Trucks get squeezed. I don't know what Trexler was doing. Trexler already missing a whole front end, elected to start in second place. I mean, you're missing a whole front end. You might as well come in and pit, but hit the 45 of Webster on his way down. I'm clueless. But of course, the car's washing up the racetrack. Doesn't help. Everybody's cars in the back. Probably was confused about that. I don't know. That ruins Trexler's span of good finishes. He came into here, the points leader. And 45's day of Webster is definitely done for. He's dragging a cone. Nope, it swipes under him. But 45 of Webster is going to have to salvage now. And that ruins Webster's 0x day. I don't think anybody's going to escape this without any incidents. Falkingham has been out on the racetrack for a solid amount of time over Miller and Hunter, so Falkingham's in a awkward situation with tires. Hopefully he doesn't get ran over the restart, but Falkingham's a good driver. I'm not expecting anything to go severely wrong. Oh, we do still have some drivers with the 0X. Austin Johnson and Paul Granada, 55. Jonathan Hernandez as well. Clean day. It's looking hectic. It is hectic. Andrew Ramos also with the 0X day as well. Alright, here we go for the restart. Falkingham electing the outside yet again. Rather than electing the inside, he wants to be up against the wall to get a good arc into one. Good call by the 39 of Falkingham. As well as Hunter Johnson's probably the fastest car on the racetrack with those new tires. You got to keep him to the inside and get that inside stalled out. Green
flag, green flag.
They work into one. Miller washes up the racetrack. Second lane, right up off the corner. 100 to, oh my god, I got a car on the wall right behind, and that will, oh my goodness, Heater was dead sideways on Schwallenberg. They're still working all over there. Oh, hard into the wall. Oh, two cars flipping. Schwallenberg is on his roof and barrel rolls down the straightaway at the 66 that Derek M. Smith pile drove. And we got cars stopped all over the place in 3. Oh, that was horrible. Clueless on what Derek was thinking. There was probably a jam up because of that. Another caution. Schwallenberg just got in the wall, and somebody got to, no, it's just Derek turned the one up the racetrack. That's Poindexter. Everybody would have been fine, but then Derek got into Poindexter. And Schwallenberg, who was trying to get out of everybody's way, yeah. Gets absolutely nailed. And now that'll eliminate another handful amount of drivers out. And we're left with about 20 on the lead lap now. Johnson's now come to the point. Justin Johnson is now going to be logging around cars who are who have disconnected from the session. So. We're halfway through the race, and we're seeing drivers sit around the the incident marker area. Drivers around 12X, I see about 5 in the field who at least have 12X. And it ain't over. Still have a lot of racing left, or sort of do. 55 laps to go. And in 39, Daniel Falkingham is in trouble. Pace car's in, green.
Green flag, green flag.
Falkingham has to gap that 39 as much as possible, but Miller's going to force the issue. The 1. Oh, he hit the apron, and it's not going to work for him, especially on those kind of tires. Oh, I think Hunter clipped the wall. Has got another wreck.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
That's to Maggio. He's sitting 18X right now. What? He just straight lost it. What? It wasn't even off of corner exit either. He just straight lost it on the straightaway. Alright. He's already halfway down the back straightaway and he lost it. Hits the inside wall. One of the props cars too. And that just gives more leverage for these people. And Falkingham elected to go onto pit road. Everybody from 23rd on back is on pit road, so I mean not 23rd, but 14th on back is hit pit road. So Falkingham, Webster, Johnson, all these guys hit pit road now. And they're going to make it all the way to the end because of this stop. Got a lot of varied strategies up front. So it's going to be Miller who's going to be leading this one. Miller taking that top spot away from Hunter, who hit the wall off a 2. And there's a lot of right side damage. I mean, right front damage. I mean, he doesn't have as much right front damage, but I mean, still surviving. By the looks of it, it's still anybody's race. Got a lot of racing to go, and even though we have 23 or 24 cars out on the racetrack, it's still anybody's game. 1 to go, so it's Miller electing inside. Lots of people running without front ends. boy, here we go. And then set for the next restart.
Green, green, green.
Miller's blinking out, and the two of Mulrooney is going to let Hunter in line. Hunter to the low side. Sail it in there as much as he can. Miller goes to the second lane trying to make something happen. Look at the battling right behind. It's Jones washing up the racetrack. New leader. 32 of Hunter Johnson goes to the front. Close racing as Sylvia gets shoved on the apron by a car missing a front end. I mean a back end as Jones. Look at the 39 of Daniel just sail it to the low side. Yellow again. And it's Bayer this time. Gosh. Now we're getting self-spins. I'm just being truthful. If you guys are not... I hate to rant on live streams, but if there's people... If you're a non-competitive car, you shouldn't... Like, your whole car is destroyed. Your day's not going to be any much better if you're pushing the car. Why are people self-spinning when their car is basically destroyed? My goodness, chill the absolute crap out. Sorry to rant, but jeez. Come on, people. Well, you know better than that. No. I'm not gonna rant harder. If I do, I'd be flying cuss words like a sailor. I might be Gabe Allen style cup. What Gabe is doing cup. It's gonna be crazy coming next week because Cup goes to Bristol. Oh boy, that's gonna be a show. Alright, here we go again. Gonna attempt to not die. We only have 20 cars on the lead lap. Hopefully these people keep it straight. especially with a car out of rev. Green, green, green.
Green, green, green.
Miller in the 9 elected to pit last one around, and look at the aggressive racing as Heater flies himself to the bottom side of the racetrack, near contact with teammates. Those two are teammates. That's the 2 of Mulrooney and the 30 of Dominic Howell. He's running in a proximity machine, and Dominic, what you call it? Oh, contact! These teammates don't like each other. He nearly gets to the Heater. Oh my goodness. Heater just about got turned. Trouble in the back. And there they go again. That's Quan into the inside. Well, more people piling in. That's Gabe Allen into the mix, and Menchu spins off into the... I don't even know what kind of area that was. We do have our first disqualification, and that's DiMaggio hitting 22X. Sure what happened. Oh, Derek got turned into the wall. Oh, no, he didn't. He just lost it. As I said, just people, he's missing the whole rear end. I heard the set was tight, not trash loose. And Menchu just sort of pile driving everybody. I mean, he went low to avoid Keaton, and unfortunately, he also comes back right up into Gabe Allen, so after that, Sylvia just runs into him. Oh my goodness. These people's days. How many minutes do we have left in the session? We got a lot. We're not gonna make it. Trucks was won by Keaton. Cup was won by... Oh, and Alt suspended for this week because he turned somebody. 23 minutes left. We won't make it. ATVL calculates 12 minutes and 58 remaining, but we're not going to make it. Yeah, you're right, Corey. Trucks was complete. Beep show. Glad there was a time limit set though. Fun fact, the truck race was actually supposed to be 100 laps. But when I was doing lap count, I was thinking Xfinity Series. An Xfinity Series runs 250 laps. The Truck Series runs 200 laps. The way I work lap count here is it's half of what's ran in real life. And obviously, this being an example, there's 250 laps ran here in real life in the Xfinity Series. So we're running 125. And there's 200 that's ran for the Iowa truck race, but there was 125. So I was probably thinking about Xfinity rather than the actual truck race. All right, here we go again. We're eliminating drivers by the second, but we're coming down to the end. Just about less than 30 to go. So time to shine now. We haven't gotten a long run yet. Not expecting one. Expecting another caution. Knock on wood, pray to Jesus, hope they don't. Pace car is in. Hunter gonna elect the outside for the restart.
Green flag, green flag.
And it might pay off for him. So They work down the front. 3 wide. That's a great move by Full. Oh my gosh!
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And we're piling up again. That's Dominic gets turned up the racetrack. And oh, that's Webster who gets clipped. What in the world? He just full on sent it. What is he doing? Miller just full on sent it. He just straight dumped Mulrooney. Hit the 05, hit the 30. And on top of that, hit the 45. Holy crap. I'm trying not to like pop up the text chat because it's filled with a lot of emotion. After running what seems to be definitely more than half the race has been ran under yellow. But, oh my goodness. What you call it? What Sylvia mentioned to me was he wanted to add more time limit to this session, but that's just a bad idea because I don't want to waste these drivers' times. Now we're left with X Mount, and now Eric Heater is somehow up here. But here we go, coming for the restart. It's the Geico restart zone box, restart zone box. What the heck am I saying? Green.
Green, green, green.
Nice little crossover on the restart by Falking to work himself to the low side. Ramos is making himself into the top 3. Where he's knocking on the door. He can make something happen, but look at all these cars. Look at all these modifieds. Everybody in this picture frame has no front end. That is absolutely hilarious. Look at that. It's a modified race, yo. That is funny as... That is just hilarious. They're trying to kill each other, though, back here. These top 4 gone. But Hunter Hunter is getting a bit of challenge from the 39 of Falkingham. This is the first time tonight that these two have encountered each other. Falkingham trying to make something happen. We're going to have a wreck. There they go. Around goes Sylvia. No caution. Oh, my.
Yellow flag is
Oh,
out.
he stopped on the racetrack to read caution out. Oh, if you kept it rolling. He was just boxed in behind a crap ton of people without front ends. Hits the wall. That was like 2 cars that hit the wall. And we're under caution again. Hunter still elects to stay out. I can't believe it. Slipped his foot off the clutch. What? Hunter is in probably the worst spot ever. The dude is out on 47 laps on his tires. He's probably going to lose the race. On top of that, he's led the most laps. Probably going to walk out of here tonight pissed. Falkingham is doing his best impression of a Kyle Busch and running it part-time. He's in the best strategy right now with he's only had 30 laps logged on his four goodies. Ramos is in the same position as Hunter, but I don't think Hunter's running this for points. All right, 1 to go. $19 cars on the lead lap. And we're going to hit it 19 to go for the restart. Falkingham, as I said, is in the best position out of everybody in this top 5. 6th and 5th place don't even have a front end. That's Gabe Allen and Keaton Jones. Gabe Allen having a nice run, even though his car looks like it got thrown into a gas chamber and burned up. But here we go. Pace car slides itself onto pit road. Green, green, green.
Green flag, green flag.
We're right behind, and Allen going to come down. Low side, that's in Menchu. Whoa, the 3 wide, forcing the issue all the way to the bottom side of the racetrack. That's Mulrooney. No, it's not. Yep, there we go. Oh, we got disqualified. Whoever that's Derek M. Smith. That's, yeah. So no caution gets called because Derek gets turned, and he hits the incident point. He's going to be a pissed off driver, I know that. Look at that. Andrew Ramos has slid himself into second. That might give a bit of breathing room to Hunter Johnson now. Oh, gosh. Look at the contact right behind. 3 wide all the way to the low side. That's Dominic Howe trying to make something happen. Gabe going to back out of it. Oh, my gosh. Menchie just full-on sails it into the corner. Mulroney trying to follow the pursuit. Caution's out. This is Austin Johnson. By the looks of it. Who's gonna be? No? What? Hold up. Oh, no. No? What the world happened? Looking around the racetrack to find the caution. Back there. Sorry, I'm semi-doing it in a ratchet way. Trying to find the cause of caution. Oh, there it is. It's Kenny. Right off the corner. I agree. Probably the dumbest thing I've ever watched, too. Hunter gonna like to go on the pit road. No, he didn't. He's just laying back. I don't even know where he is. Oh, there he is. So. Oh, Hunter stalled the car. Fantastic. If this was NASCAR, he would have gone to the rear, unfortunately. It's $10 on the line, so. Only one of these drivers are gonna make something happen. We're gonna quote some drivers as we head ourselves. Well, actually. If we could get an interview with some of these drivers. Oh yeah, we'll drag into the booth Jackson Menchie. Menchie, you got a copy?
No.
All right, Menchie. Well, I don't even know where you're running top 10 right now.
Yeah.
With the as you'd say a Jordan Worth kind of modified thing. Well, how are you gonna plan out the restart? Here, come over this restart.
I do the restart, and that's it.
All right, man. 10-4. We're gonna let you go since you're boring. See ya.
No. Bye now.
Thank you for your one-word answers. Wasting time. Well, otherwise than that, here we go, setting ourselves to this next green flag. Yeah. So it's Hunter, Daniel, Ramos, Andrew Ramos, Keeter, Keaton Jones with out of front end. Pace cars in green. He's gone.
Green flag.
That's
green
what Hunter
flag.
needed. He needed Ramos to get a good restart, so they could be side by side for second place. That's what Daniel needed to do, and he split himself into third. So Daniel's falling out, but he's coming back to the low side. Look at the scramble right behind. They're just about 3 wide and nearly wrecking. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Yup, there we go. We're going to wreck right here. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. This shit's just a ticking time bomb. Well, excuse me about my cuss words, but, you know, it's just a ticking time bomb. Won't be surprised if we do get a caution around that portion of the field. That's where Ryan Kendrick is. Or also Miller as well. But, you know, ticking time bombs. Ain't gonna go well. Look at this battle for, oh gosh, the 2 proximity cars sandwiching that 77 to Keaton Jones. That ain't looking good for a threesome, but whatever the hell you want to call it. Meanwhile, up front, a duo of cars, the best in the business, are gonna duke it out. Hunter's getting tight, but Daniel, with those new tires, I'm telling you, he's gonna be all over the 32 of Hunter. Hunter has to just run as much of a line as defensively as possible. Can't turn the dude, obviously, but you know, you run straight forward. 8 laps to go. Daniel is there. Hunter needs to back up his corner. He's getting a bit tied off. There he is. He's off the edge, and oh, he swipes to the low side. He wants to shut off that bottom groove. Here comes Falkingham to the low side. Hunter gonna throw a whack-ass block. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's some iSCAR blocking now.
Yellow, yellow,
Yellow, and that is what Hunter needed. As, of course, we wreck it and do not know where the... Oh, looks like David Cruz. Unfortunately, his clean day is done for. The 046 gonna spin it around on the front straightaway. We've wrecked it in just about every single part of the racetrack. The back straightaway, turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. Front straightaway. Maybe even pit road. But we'll see what happens. Looks like Beyer just got into the back of the 046. Loss of talent right there. Fat 1 out of 3 to the 7. And it goes to the 1 out of 3. I just, you know, run out of talent and stuff like that. And now that gives him a little bit of coochie to the number 32, Hunter Johnson. He's going to have like 3 to go left on the restart, and that's basically all he needs to keep himself up front unless Falkingham pulls something right out of his butt. I hope he doesn't have, I mean, in my opinion, I hope he doesn't have something down there, but Daniel could definitely pull some type of magic show right out of his rear end and get a good jump on that 32. But you know who else is playing spoiler? That 05 of Andrew Ramos. He's trying to make something happen. He's been running up there. He's only had a 4X. The only person with the 0X right now is actually the Daniel Falkingham machine. Also number 33, Justin Johnson. He's also had a clean car, even though he's like 38 laps down. He joined the session late. But, you know, what the heck ever. So right now, it's going A-okay. For all these top 3 at least. The rest of the field is screaming. So by the looks of it, we'll get a bit, I think like a 2, 3 to go restart. And what Hunter needs to do, he needs to time the restart out again in which Ramos is aligned up with Falkingham into 1. By that means of Ramos, it's either Falkingham gets a bad restart or Andrew gets a good restart. That'll just pull the 2 side by side. But if Falkingham gets a good restart into 1, oh boy, Falkingham has to do his best Connor Brandon impression to pinch as much as he can, or I'd say Alex K. Great's impression, because he was pinching the whole entire race. So, I think we're gonna hit green light checkered status. Are Are we? I'm not sure. Yeah, we are. We are. This is, yeah, there it goes. Gray and white checkered. Attempt 1 out of 3. So that means Hunter has 2 laps to make something happen. I mean, Daniel has 2 laps to find his way around that 32, but all Hunter needs to do is just get a good restart and fly up and away. But again, Falkingham's new tires, it might play dividends on how this will go. iSCAR going to slide itself down on pit road. Getting set for the next restart. Pace car is in. Green, green, green. And Ramos
Green flag.
does not get to the corner panel of that 39. Here he comes, gonna dive bomb into 1. Oh, I think Hunter got a better entrance into 1 than Hunter. Here they go, they work off the corner. Car's on the wall, that's Heater. Alright. So it's gonna be Hunter and Falkingham to settle this one. White flag this time by. 1 more lap to go. Falkingham just has to keep it nice and steady and work himself around the 32, but Hunter's just gonna throw the block. He's gonna defend the inside. All that kept the door open for the outside, and here comes Falkingham. Does he have to run? Right up off the corner, and kick at it. Hunter Johnson gonna win it here at Richmond. Wow, what a race. And Falkingham sailed it into 3 on the high side. Boy, he got one hell of a run in 3 and 4, but couldn't. And Hunter Johnson survives on older tires to win over Falkingham in the 39. Good finish, but a horrible race. Good job by Hunter to hold off Falkingham with new tires. I mean, Falkingham, I'm surprised that second groove kicked in. But, I mean, it was only found out that Falkingham had a second groove going all the way in the final set of corners, but couldn't do it in time. And race results going to be shown in front of your screen. Hunter Johnson, Daniel Falkingham, and Aaron Mulrooney. Mulrooney survives. Holy crap. That's amazing. Andrew Ramos, Dominic Howell, Eric Heater, Nick Miller, Keaton Jones, Gabe Allen, Jake Sylvia, Dane Cruz, Charlie Byer, Paul Granata, Ryan Kendrick, Austin Johnson, Jackson Menchu, Cody Webster, Peter Kenny, Ryan Kwan, Mark Brannigan, Grayson Strexler, Derek M. Smith, Kilo Hankins, Justin Johnson, Micah DiMaggio, Jonathan Hernandez, Liam Sheen, Eli Schomer, Carson Poindexter, Dylan Schwallenberg, Alex K. Greats, Aiden Saunders, Harry Grindle, Matthew McDonald, Connor Brandon Cole, Woody William Schmidt, Logan Clampitt, Jim Courtney, Sean McDonald is running out the rest of the field. Be right back after we interview the top 3 here for tonight. Yeah. And we're back here live for the whatever the hell I ever saw, the Richmond 125 presented by Credit One Bank, but this race never ended, so congratulations to Hunter Johnson. We're going to drag him into victory lane with his broken machine and into the Gozy man. Hunter Johnson in the number 32. Congratulations on your win to get over Dana Falkenham in the number 39, man. You were on a little tires in that number 39. You managed to hold him off. How'd you do it during those last 2 laps?
I just used the restart to try and as an advantage. What I would do is I was working with the guys behind me to try and get. Oh, sorry about that. Let me pause this. I was working with the guys that were restarting like 3rd and 4th to try and get to his inside to maybe hold him up a little bit. To try and get a similar restart that I did. But I mean, it worked up until the last restart where Daniel got a pretty good start and was already right on my bumper going into 1 and 2. But I just decided going into the last couple of corners that I would keep to the inside because I didn't think he'd have enough of a run to get by me on the outside, which he ended up just barely missing. But the tires definitely, I think I got some damage after I pit for the first time. The inside line checked up. I had some front end and rear end damage, and I think that definitely made the car tighter. And then not having as fresh tires as Daniel did, and also I think he had some damage, but I think he went down pit road and fixed all of that when he pit after the first time I pit. So I just knew having all of the only thing I really had at an advantage to or compared to Daniel was track position, and I just decided I was trying to figure out every which way I could make that turn into an advantage for myself. But yeah.
Yeah, man, 10-4, and it was close at the wire. You won it by, I think, 1/1000th of a second. Actually, nearly 2/1000ths of a second over Daniel Falkenham. Yeah, it was close at the end, but obviously a lot of cautions playing in the race, and that sort of shuffled in how everybody took tires and such like that. But otherwise than that, how was the car? Even though you didn't get as many green flag laps ran.
After the beginning of the race where I was behind Daniel and Logan, after I think they pit under the first yellow, but after I got out into clean air, the car was pretty good. I was able to pull out pretty, I think by almost a second every time we had a restart, but yeah, definitely after I got the damage, it wasn't anywhere near as good as it was.
Right, but luckily you held off that number 39 of Daniel Falkenham and took it all the way to checkered flag. Congratulations, man, for your first Xfinity win of the season. Any sponsor want to thank you for tonight?
Yeah, I gotta thank Proximity Racing. Just a great team, great drivers, great people to work with during the race. So. All
right, 10-4. Tell DiMaggio stop the self spin. But thank you, Hunter, for joining us. Go ahead and see you coming next week.
All right, thank you.
And Hunter Johnson in the number 32, and we're gonna slide up in. That's Daniel Falkenham in the number 39. It was, oh gosh, man, Daniel. I really don't know what to say about. I don't have much to say positive about that race, but otherwise than that, you salvaged. I guess you salvaged a second place finish, but you nearly got Hunter there at the end with pitting there with I think I don't know toward the end of that race, but yeah. Talk to me about those last two laps.
Yeah, before I get to that, I'm on the same page as you. I got nothing positive to say about that race. Everyone should really be sorry for themselves for how terrible that race was. Richmond's a really fun track to race on, and can't have fun if we keep having yellows every 5 laps, so that was pretty disappointing. But at least the finish made up for it, I guess. I mean, Hunter, I think I probably would have gotten him on that last green flag run before the yellow came out because the tires just came down to it. But I know he was trying to just block the inside line, doing all he had to do. And I didn't want to hit him or bump him for the win or send him. I don't race like that. I want to be a clean racer. So I decided just when he took the bomb, I knew he wouldn't have that good of a arc into the corner. So I just went around the top side, tried to pinch him down as much as I could. And I got a great launch off the top, but just wasn't enough. But yeah, but overall the race was pretty bad. I think my race started to go downhill once I pit under the first yellow because I felt like tires were going to mean a lot, and it really did actually, because I managed to get my way back through the field and I almost got to Hunter. So that's why I decided to pit under the first yellow, and really kind of wasn't thinking about the fuel because I had to pit again for fuel, which kind of took me out of the lead and lost my track position. But I gained it all back, and it ultimately put me behind Hunter, who was probably like definitely a top 5 car for sure. But yeah, like I said, that was a pretty disappointing race. Everyone needs to really feel sorry for themselves for this one because that was pretty bad. But luckily, I think we go to a road course next week, so hopefully it's a lot better there.
Yep, 10-4 will go actually green this time. But speaking of green flag laps, we didn't log a lot, obviously, because we had so many cautions. Did you get a feel of how the car felt out there tonight?
Yeah, on the start of the race, on the start of the run, especially if you're on the outside, it was super tight. Really hard to put the throttle down and get the car to turn center off, especially when you miss the yellow line. Because if you miss the yellow line, pretty much, and you try to get to the gas early, you just plow tight off the corner, where that wall is just sticking out right there, ready to grab you. So yeah, it definitely required a lot of patience, and that's probably what caused a lot of the wrecks tonight. People probably just overdriving the corner and probably spinning themselves out. And I guess there was a few yellows where people were managing to spin themselves out, but I don't know the whole deal because I wasn't a part of it. But yeah, I really wish the race, we had a lot of green flag racing because I think the car would have loosened up a little bit. But yeah, I guess we'll never know. But yeah, we really wish we had more green flag racing. But hey, it is what it is. I mean, it's a short track, so it's kind of expected.
All right, man. 10-4. Congratulations on your second place finish. Came up short of the win, but a solid top 5 to round yourself off here in the Xfinity Series. As I said, congratulations on your second place finish. Any sponsors you want to thank here for tonight?
I just got to thank you as always for putting on the league and doing the broadcast all in one. I know it's a pretty rough race to broadcast tonight, but hopefully it gets better as we go on. Also, thank you to everyone who watched the race tonight. Thank you to, hang on a minute, Peter Kennedy Graphic Designs for sponsoring this series. Sorry I had to get that sponsor plug in there. And yeah, and also congrats to Hunter on the win. I have a lot of respect for him. We each have respect for each other. I enjoy racing him. Pretty good, really fast, really competitive. So pretty cool. We try to go side by side there for the win there. Congrats to him.
All right, man. 10-4. Daniel Falkingham ran himself out in second place. Can't wait to talk to you coming next week, man.
All right, thank you, Zeke.
That was number 39 of Daniel Falkingham. We're going to slide back up to the number 2 of Aaron Mulrooney, who finally survives an iSCAR race, but you come up third here for tonight. Especially with the 20X, you've been beaten and battered, but luckily you come off of it as a World War II veteran. But congratulations, man, Aaron. Talk to me about your race overall.
Yeah, thanks, Zeke. I appreciate it. You know, it was just probably one of those uphill battles because considering I qualified, I think it was 5th, and I was basically having to work my way through the field considering I pitted, or I went into the pits. I think it was about on like lap 10, so I started about, in the back I started about 25th and had to work my way through the racing and the cautions, and you know, we were able to get a 3rd place finish, and you know, I'm glad we got a procs 1, 3, and 5.
Yep, and your teammate rounded himself out up in 1st place. Overall, even though you didn't log as many green flag laps, I said this to all drivers, did you get a feel of how the car was tonight?
Yeah, I was able to get a feel of how the car was during the long run, even though there was like, let's say there's probably a couple decent long runs there, about 10 laps, and we were just going through, and the car would basically occasionally start to get a little bit tight through the center of the turns as we went on in the run, but I was able to adjust my racing line. I was able to continue to keep going and passing cars.
Yep, and you salvage a 3rd place finish after this worst, not the worst, but it's definitely bad show here for tonight. But otherwise than that, man, any sponsor want to thank you for tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank Proximity Racing, Splash and Go Graphics, Trey Shuttlesworth Images, also Garage Doors, iRacing for creating Richmond Raceway and the service itself, and I want to thank you, Zeke, for broadcasting.
All right, man. 10-4. Congratulations to Aaron Mulrooney for finishing up here in 3rd. Can't wait to talk to you coming next week.
Thanks. Have a good one.
You too. And that was Aaron Mulrooney Jr. in the number 2 machine. And that will be all here for tonight for the Richmond 125. My name is Ezeckiel Reyes. Until next time, we'll be back coming next week. Same time slot. And yeah, hopefully we won't have the shit fest as big as this one. So see you later. And yeah, have a nice weekend, y'all.